doing? I have now reached Thronebreaker in my realistic new account challenge. Can I become elder in 1 year time? And just to point this out, this is going to be a free to play account. Just a reminder, can I become elder in 1 year time as a free to play player from a new account? So I just became Thronebreaker. It took 75 days to become Thronebreaker, but more importantly, it took me 29 hours, give or take 1 hour. So I would say between 28 hours to 30 hours. So the goal when it comes to this account, it's practically to play an average of 30 minutes a day. If you're saying, wait, the math ain't mathing, like 75 days, this should be like 37.5 hours. Well, I did take 21 days off. Okay, so if you subtract 21 days, I should be at playing 27 hours average. But I'm just playing about 30 just over 30 minutes a day on average the days I'm playing. So, but still pretty good ratio. So I don't really know exactly how many hours it took me to reach Thronebreaker, but by the end of the year, Kabam has this right here, as you could see. They give this to say how many minutes, or you could say obviously you can convert it to hours, how many hours you play in 1 year's time. They usually give this somewhere around December. So to get a more accurate how many hours I played, we will see this in December if you're also curious about how many hours you're playing in a year's time. Also, I just want to do a reminder of, like, it's not been a good week for Kabam. I mean, it's been like this for 3 years, but really this week was really bad. I know my millions of fans, sarcasm, are wondering, why don't you talk about what happened with the game? Perhaps I want to talk about it in a different video, but every time I talk about the game, how terrible the game is, it just makes you sad. It just really does not just make you sad, it makes you really depressed. As you know, when it comes to uh, the offers, what is that? When it comes to Paragon players, they got a better offer than elder players. Of course, people are gonna be the pay to win players are gonna be upset about it, and they really should, obviously, because they pay a lot of money. Some people spend $1,000 when it comes to the July 4th sale. So of course people have the right to be upset. But yeah, so Paragon had better offers, and obviously that upsets the pay to win players a lot. So who knows what Kabam's gonna do when it comes to this offer. I mean, basically when it comes to Paragon players, they basically almost got what, Archangel for free. And then there are people that spend thousands of dollars to get Archangel as a 7 star, which is pretty crazy. You know, people got this guy. Paragon players got him for like really good price, and like I said, Paragon players. I mean, elders, pay to win players spend like $1,000 to get him, which is upsetting a lot of people. Not only that, when it comes to Archangel, he got nerfed. So, like I said, I just want to briefly talk about it if you're wondering what's going on with Kabam, but it just makes me sad and depressed, so I'm not really gonna go over it on this video. Perhaps another video to talk about it. So it was not quite uh it didn't go smooth sailing trying to become Thronebreaker. As you know, as you can see, I had paused here because there was this lady that was talking to me. I was on a trip to Vegas, so as you can see, I had plenty of time to play the game. Um, the past couple of days, if you've seen, I did like 3 parts on Friday. So because the trip to Vegas was like 7 hours, and as well as going back another 7 hours. So I had about 14 hours of traveling time. I took a bus there, so I had time, as you know, to play this realistic new account challenge. But it was not smooth sailing. I had a phone call from my dad while I was fighting the Grandmaster, and then I ran out of phone memory to record the video. And this lady was like losing her mind because she kept talking to me because she was like, the bus was running like late because it was traffic. Like, what time are we gonna get there? So I had to keep pausing the game. So it was definitely not, uh, it was definitely not very smooth sailing when it comes to trying to become a Thronebreaker. As you could see, basically I have reached Thronebreaker. If you follow my channel, you watch my videos, you already seen it. So we're just gonna go to the game. So really didn't really consider it. This is really unfortunate, but this is unfortunate. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna have to get through this first. So we can just talk about what I did. I'm gonna show you after I finish this. So for me, like, as you know, when it comes to the lower act content, I'm using autofight because I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible for new players. I know 75 days is probably not realistic unless you're playing an hour a day. I think 75 hours for a new player to reach Thronebreaker, I think it's fairly realistic. And as you know, it took me about 29 hours to become Thronebreaker. But again, I'm not a new player when it comes to MCOC. So you would expect a new player would probably be double the time, if not more, than compared to me. So, but what is this? So it took me 29 hours of gameplay in 75 days. Uh, I could definitely have done it faster because when it comes to I took a break after the 30-day mark and I had about quite a bit of uh, potions and revive. I think mostly revives left when I took a break. I could have kept going. I know without a doubt I could have done it in 60 days, if not less, to become Thronebreaker, but without taking a break. Since I took 21 days off, I did it in 75 days. So if I didn't take a break, yes, I could have done it in 60 days, but more importantly, probably could have done it in like 30 hours of gameplay. So we can't really see my results unless I would have to exit out of here, which is kind of pointless for me to do that right now. I probably should have just done that instead. Now we're gonna have to go to the end of this to show you my progression. But um, like I said, yeah, so I am using auto fight. If I can auto fight it, I'm gonna use auto fight. Like I said, I want it to make it realistic as possible for new players, and I don't want it because when it comes to new players, they're pretty much their skill level is pretty much like an using auto fight. They obviously won't have the knowledge for the game, but they still what is this? They're playing. Their skill level will be close to what auto fight is. It's really unfortunate. I should just probably just exit out of there, but here it is what it is. So now we're just gonna have to finish this Act 3 content while I'm talking to you. So let's get this done. Come on. Ooh, 100%. So something to note when it comes to all my new account challenge, I've actually this is the first time I became Thronebreaker without exploring Act 3 100%. Okay. I think this is my fifth account challenge, and every time I became Thronebreaker, Act 3 has always been 100%, except this account. This is kind of really show you when it came to Act 6 how much they nerfed it, and I was kind of pretty much disappointed all the way to like 6.4, maybe like 6.3.6. I was pretty disappointed. Like, it was too easy. I think I get it. I'm not a new player, and it shouldn't be. Of course, it's not gonna be hard for me because I'm a I'm a veteran when it comes to the game. So, but yeah, definitely Act Six has been nerfed. I was a, yes, I know I was a little disappointed compared to when I did it. I was using 5 stars without ascensions, and it was a lot harder than it is now. So, I think Kabam obviously know they want the new players to progress as soon as possible, so they want to make it easier for them to reach the highest level. So that's why I'm doing this challenge for you guys to see become elder in just 1 year time, average of 30 minutes of gameplay as a free to play. So this is my progression. As you can see, I complete Act 1, Act 2 100%. I just barely touch Act 4 and Act 5 and Act 6 as well. When it comes to my champions, we can take a look at it. How many 6 stars I have? I have 32. I don't have a 7 star yet, which is fine because I don't really make it realistic, so I don't want to be using 7 star right now anyways. So I got 32. I got one rank 5 6 star, which is Juggernaut, so that's really nice. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but because of Juggernaut is really, especially he's unawakened, and I don't have willpower as well. That it's like when he gets that weakness debuff on him, he just really hits like Groot, not even worse than Groot. It's really bad. Okay, when he got the weakness debuff on him. So these are my champions. Really, that's it. Let's take a look at my revives. Okay, this is day 76. That's why I still have extra revives, but really, pretty much, I still have pretty much like what, two in the overflow. When I did this, I have well over what, 45 revives left. More than that, when I completed 6.4.6 to become Thronebreaker, and when I beat Grandmaster, and all the, and it was not like very clean because, as you know, a lot of issues I had to deal with to become Thronebreaker. But still, look at my revives, and I just end up reached Thronebreaker. So I really don't know exactly how this would be compared to a new player, because I know I'm not a new player, but I've been using autofight where I can autofight because I know how that's how uh, a beginner plays. So that's really it. We're gonna log out of there, and that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you. Also, I will have the video of the story when it comes to becoming Thronebreaker. Have that in a different day, and I might talk about the, what do you call it? About all the things that the game is, what's wrong with the game in a different video. Thank you.